Evening, everyone. Welcome to our presentation. My name is Vanessa Saavedra. Our group is conformed by Alexandra Gomez and Jennifer Montenegro. We are in the 9th semester of International Business at the University Foundation San Mateo. Our project is made up of 4 subjects with which we developed the process of internationalization of the company BioDegradables. First, we will talking about the profile of Singapore, country to export, PESTEL. Secondly, we will talking about market analysis and internationalization strategies of the product. And thirdly, we're talking about the capital market of Singapore. And finally, we will give a conclusion of the export feasibility of the product.
Introduction. The purpose of this project is to develop the business plan and to generate a new expansion strategy, generating unwanted and publicizing the biodegradable material and solution to improve the living condition of humanity and the planet, analyzing the impact of plastic bag on the environment, and in turn promoted the import development in the manufacture of biodegradable but the health preservation and conservation of the environment. It seems to the contribute to the growth of companies that manufacture these types of biodegradable bags in Colombia, using a solution to the pollution generated by traditional plastic due to improper handling by population.
For our objectives, we have the following general objective, which is to present a business plan for the commercialization, export of biodegradable bags to Singapore. And our specific objectives, which are the following. And number 1, to carry out a strategic management analysis for the commercialization of bags made from corn starch. Number 2, analyze the data obtained from the biodegradable bags market study. Number 3, identify opportunities for growth and expansion in Singapore. Number 4, determine risk factors for entry into the biodegradable bags market in Singapore. And finally, evaluate potential competition for corn starch-based bag. Our mission is to bring the world a new alternative of biodegradable bags that have an impact on the green economy, with the purpose of reducing environmental risks and transforming the experience of our customers. And our vision by the year 2030 will be recognized in the national and international market for its commitment to sustainability and productive innovation.
Economy. Singapore was the most advanced economy in the South Asia and the most stable economic and political structure in the region. It is considered an important banking center, was a highly developed and active financial system, and 4 largest financial center in the world, and developing technologies which allow companies to finance themselves of the basis of favorable market conditions. The port of Singapore is the second largest cargo port in the world. Relations. Political agreements. The Pacific Alliance and Singapore signed a free trade agreement, thanks to which Colombia, Mexico, Peru, and Chile will enjoy preferential treatment in the direct trade relations with this Asia-Pacific country. The agreement represents an undue opportunity to expand the relation integration area thanks to the free movement of goods, service, and capital to and from Singapore. Analysis. Political opportunities, the process of anti-corruption and crime, cybersecurity, and counter-terrorism is moving forward. Cooperation mechanisms are established between the competition opportunities of the countries and became an industrialized and modern country under a capitalist model with a tight state control and with Spanish is currently being promoted to work with the Latin America, East Asia Cooperation Forum, and the government implements series of the policies of the beginning of the independence era to support key industries. Economic opportunities. Singapore is a key partner of Colombia because of its regional leadership and strengths in the port, urban and airport infrastructure sector, and potable water management. Import and export between the two countries have increased. Is currently one of the world's largest financial centers and the place that produces the most millionaires in the world. It is one of the most expensive countries in the world to live in. And the expensive and prolonged depends on foreign labor.
Social opportunities. It is one of the most developed and prosperous countries in the world. The population must has a good command of the language, which alone attracting international trade and foreign investment. It has a very diverse population made up mostly of Chinese, following with Malaysian, Indians, and the rest coming from different countries. Thus, it is a densely populated country and has several space limitations. The aging population, the rising cost of living, technology opportunities, the major lifestyle change in Singapore was brought about with technological advantage. The internet facilitated connectivity, reducing the times of cost of times business. Singapore is one of the most technological advanced countries in the world and is considered the most innovative countries in Asia. There's lack of talent in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, finding it difficult to recruit these types of personnel.
Regarding the environmental part, we find the following points to be taken into account. Opportunities. Number one, at present, Singapore has a biodiversity that runs through every corner of the city. Number two, its goal is to remain a livable and sustainable city. And number three, Singapore is considered a global green powerhouse. And third, number one, Singapore suffers from large tracts of polluted are leading to disease. Number two, Singapore is a low-wind island state. And number three, Singapore suffers from heavy industrial pollution and limited fresh water resources. And finally, for the legal part, we have the following aspects and legal opportunities. And number one, Singapore has 2K laws to combat corruption. Number two, Singapore civil service is governed by a code of conduct. And third, number one, freedom of expression is a very limited in Singapore. Number two, no universal whistleblower protection legislation in place.
Type of research conduct. The type of research used in development of this project was exploratory science. It focused on investigate a specific aspect of social reality, such as the environmental impact generated by plastic bags, and therefore an analysis of the Singapore market was carried out in the order to identify commercial opportunities for the export of biodegradable bags made from corn starch. Market analyst. The target market will be the chain stores, where is the estimate that approximately 8% of sales, and BioTrader implement strategies in the order to expand into the international market, where it was identified that although Singapore is a green country that aims the environmental care, was not the same regulations that prohibits the use of single-use bag progressively. However, being green country is the opportunity to penetrate the market by offering biodegradable alternative that contributes to the care of the environment, where we often the following alternative.
The presentation and internationalization strategy. First, we will talk about the product sales presentation. The commercialization of this bag will be made storage roles as follows. For the compostable bags for garbage bins, organic waste, 8 rolls of 13 bags for a total of 213 bags. The length of the rolls is 19 centimeters. Now we will talk about the internationalization strategies at the beginning of the development of the research. Several important aspects were taken into account to carry out the process of the internationalization of the products in Singapore. 1. Product quality. BioTrader bags are 100% biodegradable and reliable, as they had excellent resistance and quality for the use of organic. The scene varied. We had a take of compostable bags for organic was having a special design of figuras depending of the type of bag, and also varying the type of color characteristic. The most important things about the product is raw material, as it biodegradable generates a positive impact on the environment.
First, we have a list price where the client will be able to obtain an excellent price since BioTrader manages a lower range compared to the market, taking into account that its sale is B rolls, making its distribution easier. Discount BioTrader manages a promotion policy where it chooses all the discounts that are made during the year. Secondly, we manage the following plus channels. Number one, it is handled directly from the factory to the point of sale in Bogota, where the amount of product is distributed according to inventory and order request. Number two, from the factory, the product is exported to Singapore to our final customer. The product is exported from the factory to Singapore to our final customer, covering the city of Bogota and internationally to Singapore. And inventory, it will be managed on order and sales estimates able the cross docking logistic process. And finally, for the transportation, it will be done through a sailed truck to the port of origin.
Promotion, advertising. The trader manage a website and where customers can observe is more detail the product offered. And in addition to this, advertising is done through social networks such as Facebook and Instagram, making now all promotions and products. And sales, BioTrader aims to reach the global market, making an international physical distribution according to the company's budget and product demand through achieving and customer satisfaction.
Manufacturing process of the product. For the manufacture of the bags, only one raw material is needed, quartz, of which Colombia is a mega diverse producer since departments and Córdoba, Meta, Tolima, Valle del Cauca, amongst other stand out for their hints, the products level, the main center of transformation and consumption of these products are Bogota, Medellin, Cali, and Bucaramanga. As BioTrader is located in Bogota, it has a large number of suppliers of the essential raw material for the products of the bags and since for its transformation, several types of machines are needed that in approximately 2 million finish the manufacture of the roll of biodegradable bags.
Regarding the analysis of suppliers and export process, it is important to mention the following. The core crop is one of the most important lines of the national agricultural production according to what is mentioned by Agroinsumos S.A. It comprises 13% of the agricultural production in Colombia, and it is known that 16% are small entrepreneurial farmers who intended to supply the local market. About 85% of the core crop in Colombia is produced mainly in regions such as Córdoba, Sucre, Tolima, and Valle del Cauca, as it is a steel product and as a food consumption use acquires great relevance. Now we will talk about the export process. For the process of exporting our product to Singapore, we evaluate the following aspects. We made a registration route as an exporter before the end, and Singapore was identified as our country with potential demands according to the market study conducted. Tax 15% and VAT 19%.
Manufacturing process in Colombia takes 30 days to obtain 25 bags, of which will be exported to Singapore in rolls using the term CIF. In concern, the lot will be made full FSL, handing a container of 20 standard pallets in, and 10 pallets in total. And the commercialization will be made directly to country of Singapore and begin strategy alliance of the brass association in the order warranty the reduction and awareness of the use of biodegradable products, and the port of shipment will be Buenaventura, having connection in Busan and South Korea with a transit with the 3 days. Means of international payment used in the export is the letter of credit. Once we make the export, BioTrader request to the bank who was our intermediary in the process the exchange declaration form with the objective of, in accordance with the provision of Article 1 of External Resolution number 8 of the Board of Directors, Republic Bank.
Green market Singapore. Singapore is a country that currently the Ministry of Environment and Sustainability is promoting new recycling solutions and opportunities to develop a circular economy, for which the Plastic Recycling Association of Singapore aims to identify pilot projects in recycling and use the knowledge gained in the implementation for the establishment of Center of Excellence in Plastic Recycling. Considering the objective of the association leads us to promote the sustainability initiatives, which are projects where we are in charge of minimizing plastic to the maximum in Singapore and seek an alternative for these products.
We are biodegradable bags based on core starch considered an innovative product, and taking into account that in the current market there is a great variety of biodegradable bags. It is important to highlight that BioTrader within it is product portfolio handles biodegradable bags, with the difference that they are made from core starch in such a way that allows it to have an added value, which is distributed in the following categories. Number one, by extracting the core starch and converting it into a biopolymer, the material is 100% biodegradable. Number two, unlike competing biodegradable bags, BioTrader offers a product with high quality standards in terms of size and weight, making it a totally resistant bag regardless of its use, whether for PET waste or organic waste. Number three, the product when in contact with humidity, heat, and PET waste generates the decomposition process immediately, thus achieving a record time of 3 months in which the bag becomes a nutrient-rich fertilizer for the soil.
Conclusion. In the development of the market analysis of the company BioTrader in the export of biodegradable bags made from starts to Singapore, and series of variables were taken into account to identify the market and type of customer to be reached, analyzing the countries of Singapore. The viability of exporting to Singapore is the identify taking into account the trade agreement with the Pacific Alliance. Its environmental protections has become a key factor for biodegradable bags to market more frequently. The innovation of technology in Singapore alone used to have adverted trader really chips if we use core star based bags, the carbon footprints in Singapore is reducing. If the alliance with price is accepted, BioTrader will grow in the Singapore market. Singapore will have a large environmental impact if we reduce the use of plastic bag by using biodegradable bags.